We're still chatting. We're just in a weird middle ground. We'll get back with you in a sec.
Understand. No worries. It's pre-brief. We were ready for this.
Okay, now that we're all refreshed, we are going to move forward with removing the gimbal locks. So the team down here is confident that we can remove the gimbal locks. We will likely come back and hit these bolts again, so keep your tools handy. But right now we want to move on to focusing on the gimbal locks. So for that one, Sophie, your first step is going to be retrieving a RET and attaching it to an MWS AET and getting that AET set up. You can either retrieve that RET from the ORU bag, or you can use one from your mini workstation to your AET. Some good news, depending how you play this, the gimbal locks do not have labels on them, bolt labels. So we're going to be using directions to kind of talk you onto them. And then you guys can talk about if you'd like to use the ERAD setup again for the gimbal locks, you may.
So ERAD, question, do we start on the forward or aft face first? If we start on the forward face, I might benefit from a little GCA.
We are going to start on the forward side.
Okay, I'm going to do an assessment with the ERAD while Sophie gets that.
Copy. While you guys get set up, we're coming into a handover, so I'll talk to you on the other side.
Hey, Jessica, just as like some heads up, I am going to benefit from head down, feet down, pushing forward about 30 centimeters if that's possible.
This is Mission Control Houston inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room, which you can see a live view of there on your screen. We're currently about 3 hours and 35 minutes into today's spacewalk, which began at 7:27 a.m. Central, 8:27 a.m. Eastern. We're in a brief but expected handover between the Tracking Data Relay Satellite System and expect to have communication and views from the crew shortly.
We can give that set up for it. Do you want that now, or you're still assessing for a later bolt?
I would want it now. I think we just have to coordinate that whenever they're back. I did not request.
We are back with you, and they've talked to Jessica if you do need GCA, and I've got ERAD and PGT settings. When you're ready, we'll be starting again on the forward.
Copy all on. Getting set up for 30 centimeters.
And now let us know when your brakes off.
The crew outside the International Space Station includes NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno, and they are continuing the installation process.
Sophie, can you hold on to this ERAD for 1 moment?
Yep.
They are continuing the installation process of the spare space-to-ground antenna, or SCANT.
Okay, Jessica, I'm ready for GCA. I've got good clearance. I am ready to the torque wrench, but I've got a lot of slack in it. so I can monitor that. I've got my crew lock bag in my eyes, and I have the dish clearance too. I think I'm in a good state to go for GTA if you agree.
Okay, we copy. Brakes are coming off. We're going to give you that 30 centimeters on you for clearances from you from the S-scan.
Got it. Here go.
Okay, starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
See motion, good motion. I've got good clearances. No concerns.
You're continuing to hear some communication between NASA astronaut Anil Menon, who is EV1 today, and NASA astronaut Jessica Meir, who is currently inside the International Space Station and working to maneuver the robotic arm, which NASA astronaut Anil Menon is currently attached to the end of using an articulating portable foot restraint.
FYI, we can give you 20 more if you end up needing it.
Okay, we'll try like this. Okay, Sophie, I'm in a good spot. And you said you had some PG for me?
Yeah, your PGT settings will be Alpha 6 Counter 2, Alpha 6 Counter 2. And Sophie, can you confirm the AET with one hook to each gimbal lock is installed on a RET?
Negative. I was still working on my DRT position.
Okay, copy.
The 6 Counter 2 set, and I'm standing by.
Copy PGT settings are set. For your awareness, we're going to be starting with Bolt Lima. The order does matter for alignment. And so Bolt Lima that is unmarked is on the forward side. It's going to be the outermost set of bolts on the port side. So farthest from you, Anil. If you were looking straight at it from the forward side, it's on the very bottom right.
Yeah. I see it.
And this is Mission Control Houston. The crew is getting into place and preparing to remove the gimbal locks. There are 2 gimbal locks as part of the S-scan installation, and as part of those bolts, in order to release them, there's several.
Quick question while you're doing the AET. Yes. Are you going to be able to guide this ERAD on?
Yes.
Okay, then I won't ask for any more GTA.
There's several bolts that have to be released for each gimbal lock to be released. So you'll hear different bolts called out by the team here on the ground as they continue to follow along and provide the procedures for the crew outside the International Space Station. Again, the spacewalk going on 3 hours and 40 minutes at this point. It was an expected 6.5 hour spacewalk. They are running a little bit behind schedule. They ran into some issues with a couple of the bolts installation on the S-Gant. So there was initially 4 bolts that needed to drive.
Headed to my mini workstation.
Copy, good config. So you guys are go to start with Bolt Lima. Again, on the forward-facing gimbal lock, that is going to be the outermost nadir bolt. So if you're looking from the front, it's on the very bottom right. Bolt Lima, Alpha 6, Counter 2. We expect 7 to 8 turns to release.
7 to 8 turns expected. And we're going for Lima.
Copy, Lima. The handle is MIA right now.
I can move it.
Yeah.
That better? Okay.
Okay, it's inside.
Okay, I'm starting. You're doing counts, right?
Okay.
Is that a yes? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. I'm starting in 3, 2, 1. Tell me when to stop. I'll tell you when it's released.
False release, 7 turns.
Copy, 7 turns to release on Lima. Your next bolt is going to be Juliet, which is going to be the one directly kitty corner from it. So on Anil's side, zenithmost, on the outer bolts, Juliet.
Okay, Juliet.
I think I put Juliet on. We got a good. To do the counting, I'll just get it on Juliet.
Okay, I do the counting.
Okay, I'm starting in 3, 2, 1.
False release, 7 turns.
Copy, 7 turns. Next bolt will be bolt Mike. That is back on Sophie's side, on the port side. Zenithmost bolt, the one directly across from the one you just did.
See? And was it
Wait.
not in? Can you, the handle is against
Okay, like that. Move the handle towards you. Good. Nice job.
Yeah, done, ready.
3, 2, 1.
Seven turns. False release.
Copy, 7 turns on. You can go to bolt Kilo, which is back over on Anil's side. It's the nadirmost bolt next to the Juliet that we did. So directly across from this one, bolt Kilo.
I think we just really got Mike.
You've got Kilo. That's good. That's a good one.
Okay, I'm going to start. Are you counting? Or
No.
do you want me to count? I can count.
No, I can count, but just listen again, right? Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, 6.5 and bolt release.
Copy, 6.5 on Kilo. Next bolt is Hotel. That's going to be the Zenith port bolt. So on Sophie's side, up on the Zenith side, bolt Hotel.
Yeah, high, isn't it, Sophie? I think I can get that on, actually. I can finesse it.
I'm just
I don't feel like...
changing again my GRT.
Yeah, you get set. Let me take first stab at getting that on there. Okay, I've got it on.
No, not fully. Now it's good.
Okay, ready to count?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours and 46 minutes into today's spacewalk. NASA astronaut Anil Menon is currently there on your screen. You can see him from the helmet camera view from Sophie Adeno, ESA astronaut, her helmet camera looking at him. They're currently working to remove bolts.
6.5 on hotels. You're going for Bolt Echo next, which is the one right next to that one. It's also on the Zenith side, but on the Anil's side.
Okay. You got it.
Okay, we see this. Would you agree? Are you ready to count?
I am ready to count.
They're currently working to release a series of bolts onto gimbal locks. They are working on the first set of gimbal lock bolts. There's 8 total bolts on that gimbal lock. They've completed the release of 5 of those and they have 3 to go. And then they will move to the second gimbal lock, which has 4 additional bolts that need to be released. And then the release of both of those gimbal locks for the SCANT or space to ground antenna release will be complete.
Copy, 7 turns. Copy, 7 turns on Echo. You can go for Bolt Gulf, which is Port Nadir, so close to Sophie, Bolt Gulf.
Ready to count? Ready. 1, 2, 3.
.75 bolt release.
6.7 and released. You can now go for the final Bolt F next to Anil on the Nadir side.
Ready to count.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
When this one releases, just note the gimbal lock will come loose and we'll just tend it back toward the ORU bag before moving over to gimbal lock 1.
Seven turns.
Copy, 7 turns on Bolt F. So you can tend that gimbal lock toward the ORU bag and we'll get set up to release gimbal lock 1.
So right now it's on my New York station. And so if we remove it right now, it's going to be kind of annoying in the way. Would it be okay to remove the bolts of gimbal lock 1 and then move both at the same time?
Yes, we are good with that plan.
Okay, so I need time to reposition then. We cannot have access to.
We concur. As you guys get in reposition, I'll just give you some big picture on what we're going to do next. After we remove these gimbal locks, Sophie will be putting them back in the ORU bag and retrieving the agate heat shield. And Anil, we're going to have you grab the torque wrench and hit bolts number 2 and 4 again.
Copy. And I set my TCV to 4.5.
Copy, EV1 TCV 4.5.
And Jessica and Anne, I think to do also I'll need to GCA back to that original position, so the 30 centimeters head up.
We copy back to the original position, 30 centimeters body up.
And when you're ready, I can get you all the clearances.
Okay, are you ready for brakes off now?
Sophie, would it be okay if I GCA?
Yes.
Okay, I've got, you need any comm or anything?
No, I'm good.
Yes, ready for brakes off, ready for GCA.
Brakes are off. All right, we're going to start that headward motion 30 centimeters, so taking out what we put in before. Starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
Good motion, it's good motion. I've got good clearances. I've got my crew lock bag, torque wrench, GT, and I'm clear of the boom and antenna.
All right, that's your 30 centimeters.
GA complete, I've got good reach to all the bolts.
Copy, GCA complete, brakes are on.
Copy, brakes on.
I'm going to go up and then rigidize my DRT so that I can help you.
Sounds great. Do it again.
Good news is there's only 4 bolts on this one. Order still matters, and we're going to be starting on bolt alpha, which is on the starboard side, most zenith. Zenith starboard bolt.
Zenith starboard.
And I am not ready, Anil.
I understand. I'm just moving it around. No rush, Sophie. I'm just getting set up.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are. No rush.
Yeah, I concur. This is Alpha.
Okay, you ready to count?
I am ready to count.
Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Seven turns. All release.
7 turns on bolt alpha. Next one is delta, which is also zenith, but on the port side. So port zenith, bolt delta.
Okay, I got it on, Sophie.
Yep.
If you can count, then I'm ready.
I am ready.
1, 2, 3, going.
Seven turns. All release.
Thank you for the help.
You're welcome.
I got it.
Yep, okay, you got it.
Okay, next one is bolt bravo, and that is the one you're on. About to have a handover, and we'll see on the other side.
Phil?
I'm ready.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're 3 hours and 56 minutes into today's spacewalk. NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA, or European Space Agency astronaut Sophie Adano, are currently working to remove 2 gimbal locks to complete the installation of the spare space-to-ground antenna, or SCANT, on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. There are 2 gimbal locks. The first gimbal lock.
I said, once we
I'm
get
back
Ann
with you.
Okay, go ahead, take the call, Phil.
7 turns. All release.
Copy 7 turns. You can hit Charlie, the last bolt on the bottom left there. This will release the gimbal locks. And then again, Sophie, you'll stow those down in the ORU bag.
Ready, On 2, 3.
Turn a house, bolt released.
Copy, bolt released. Nice job, you guys. You made that look easy. We can stow those gimbal locks down in the ORU bag, and Sophie, you'll be retrieving the agate heat shield. For Anil, you can stow the PGT.
Okay, PGT stowed.
Okay, and that is the last time that we'll be using the ERAD, so you can remove that as well.
Okay, give me some time to work on it then.
No worries.
Thanks. Go ahead. I'm ready to copy.
Yeah, no worries. It's just admin items. Once you get those stowed, then we're going to need you to cycle your HECA again and get a glove and HAP check before we move on to bolt ops.
Cycling the heck is easy. That's happening now.
Can we chat a second for the strategy to remove the gimbal lock?
Yeah.
Anil?
I think that's a great idea. I'm with you. I'm listening.
Okay. We'd like to remove the forward one first.
Okay.
And then I will need to protect my visor, because it's going to come towards me.
Okay.
And then we'll remove the aft one.
Okay.
As soon as they are removed, of course, no touch of the T-handle. Yeah, just I will need my 2 hands to translate, so I'll wait until I remove my local. So, yeah.
Okay.
How are you able to help to...
I can help a lot if I can just clean up my workspace. So let me get this ERAD off, the PGT back, and then I'll be with you.
We like the plan.
And if, in the meantime, Houston, I just start cycle my hacker. That is dry and gloves are nominal.
Copy, Sophie.
And is there anything you want me to put on the PGT after I take this off?
Checking. And Anil, you are going to want this 6-inch wobble back on to reinstall the bolts at the FSE.
Okay, the ERAD's off and it did pull test on the pit pin. It's in the bag and I'm going for the wobble.
Copy.
I'm almost there, Sophie.
No worries, take your time. Do what you need to do.
And Anil, if able, prior to getting your tools set back up, if you can assist Sophie with the gimbal locks to keep those moving down to the bag.
I'm going to assist her right now. I was just worried the ERAD would be a spatial conflict.
Yeah, good time.
All right, I'm with yourself.
Okay. So we each got one side.
Okay.
The only thing is that I don't have a BRT in order to be ready. Oh,
That was
sorry.
a lot easier than expected.
Yes.
I'm passing this to you.
Yes, I got it.
Control.
Yes.
You have control?
I have control.
You have control.
Yes. All right, going down with this.
I can
Nicely
also
done.
stabilize here if you'd like.
Yes, can you stabilize this as
Yeah, I have control.
Yes. Okay, you keep control. I'm going down a little bit, and then you'll send them to me.
Okay.
It's going to be easy because they are ready to me.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready to receive them.
Okay, the rep's going to bring it to you, but
Yes.
I'm going to wait until you got a hand on them before I let go.
I got it.
Okay, you have control.
I have control.
Nice handoff.
Okay, Ann, I'm in a good spot for whatever you want me to do next.
Okay. So we'll do a glove and hap check first.
Perhaps dry. That's nominal.
Copy, glove and hap. So if you can find your way to the torque wrench, we're going to have you torque bolts 2 and 4 again, the aft and the starboard.
Torque wrench is in hand. Which one do you want me to do first?
Bolt number 2 on the aft side.
Starting with bolt 2.
I'm going to pack the bag later because, the torque wrench anyway.
Yep, we got the torque wrench, and you will be putting the crew lock bag, so that's a good plan to leave it a mess right now, and we'll just be grabbing the heat shield.
Okay.
Okay, I got another 2 pops on the aft side.
Copy, 2 pops on the aft side. And we'll take any words on the bolt and being flush or any turns.
Sorry, no turns. Same situation. I can put it in my HECA for the flushness, but it's unchanged.
Okay, we can go to bolt 4, and then we're going to end up having you kind of wiggle that T-handle, see if we can offload and get any turns on these bolts.
Do you want me to do bolt 4 without the wiggle or bolt 4 with wiggle first?
Hey, we'll do the wiggle at the end, so just hit the bolt. And one note on that, Neil, when we do the wiggle, we're going to need to do it below where the gimbal locks were, so using like the agate handrails.
Okay, 2 turns, unchanged. I pass the torque wrench down to Sophie while she's down there.
Yes, well, you can hand it down to
I can
Sophie.
send and give you the... That's great. And I can also hand you the heat shield. He's coming.
Okay, let me give you the
Yeah, I'm ready to receive the
torque wrench first.
Yes.
Then let me do the wiggle second. Okay. Here is the torque wrench.
Got it.
Okay. I'm going to do the wiggle test now. Let me just make sure I understand. Where do you want me to hold it and wiggle it?
So it just has to be below where the gimbal locks were. We don't want to impart a force into those, so probably just using the agate handrails as best you can to see if you see any motion whatsoever on a wiggle test. And we're most interested on the sealing surface between the S-scan and the boom.
There's zero motion. Gosh, I don't even know how to quantify this, but I can see the tiniest flex. It's a sub-millimeter scale. You know, I put it at like a tenth of a half of a millimeter. I have to put about maybe 30 pounds of force into it. I don't know if you can see it on my HECA.
We're looking. Those are good words. We're talking it.
And while you're talking, Houston, Sophie, guys.
We're talking it, and just letting you guys know, you're just over 4 hours on the EVA.
One copy.
Okay, let's install that heat shield. You guys can work together to do so.
Copy. Are you ready to receive it?
I'm ready to receive it.
Reminder, as we do the heat shield, there's going to be a strap that goes under the waveguide bolt, and then you'll have 2 quarter-turn fasteners, and we're just going to look for a snug fit, and all the Teflon tabs are tucked in. So you should see a strap that looks like a scrunchie, and that goes on the port side.
Scrunchie to port side. Copy.
I'm on my way.
Want me to start it?
Yes, please start, and
it goes under the cable, right?
you start. That's exactly it. You got it.
And yes, under the cables.
Sorry.
And Anil, if you see 2 tethered loops, those are going to be going on the aft starboard side, kind of in between where the cable and the dummy connectors are, that corner.
Just the RT so that I can help you.
Okay, I copy that, Anne. I see those loops. Here's the scrunchie.
Yes.
Scrunchie through.
One more, and then can you get it from the other side?
I sure can. I got it, and it's going under the cables again.
Yep.
It's through. All right.
Taking care of the elastic guys under these guys.
Up. Gonna go for these quarter-turn fasteners, if that's okay with you.
That's okay with me.
You can do the 2 quarter-turn fasteners and the Velcro. And we see the strap under the waveguide bolt. Nicely done.
Yep, that's it. Can you check that it's protecting bolt number 3 forward?
Yeah, I can check.
So,
Yes, it's over bolt 3.
okay. We've got 4 good covers on the bolt. I see that Teflon tabs are tucked in. The quarter-turn fasteners, you're working on it.
Those quarter-turn fasteners are secure.
Okay.
And I'm just putting on the last Velcro.
Copy.
And the strap is under the waveguide bolt, and there's a snug fit around edges and pockets.
Copy. Nicely done. So Sophie, as Anil finishes that up, you can go down, retrieve crew lock bag number 4 from the boom and stow it on the ORU bag. And then we'll get a glove and a hap check from you.
Can I go to unret this
And
shield?
disregard on glove and hap check. Sophie, you're good.
Copy.
You are go to remove the ret.
That is removed. Sophie, is it okay if I release it to the bag?
Go for it.
In the bag. That's a 3-pointer.
Really nicely done. We caught up a little bit on that heat shield. That was good work. So the next steps are going to be to get in position for the handoff of the failed. So Sophie, you're going to get the crew lock bag number 4 down toward the ORU bag. And Neil, you'll be ready to talk to Jessica and Jack and to get a go to GCA to the published Z1 tie down removal assist position.
No copies.
So Sophie, when you...
All right, go ahead and use Mike.
And Sophie, we see you moving. So once you have that bag stowed with the ORU bag, you'll just translate to the Z1 SCANT temp stow location.
Copy.
And am I clear to talk to Jessica?
And yes, Anil, you can give M1 the go to published Z1 tie down removal assist. Just work with Sophie on clearances from the boom.
We are in the procedure reference sheet now. We're looking at the tie down removal assist position.
Awesome. Let me know when you're ready. I'm ready.
Okay, are you ready to take brakes off?
I'm ready for brakes off.
Brakes are off.
And Anil,
Anil, this is going to be the 3-part series where we go body up, body out, and then body left.
No copies.
And prior to moving body left on Anil, we'll just make sure that Sophie is down on the Z1.
I am on the Z1, working on the bag.
And Anil, we did give you that extra body right, about 20, body in 20 centimeters. So just making sure that if we come body up now, you'll be able to maintain your clearances.
Yeah, I can maintain my clearances. How much are we going body up? Oh, yes.
It will be body up 30 centimeters.
Absolutely, I can maintain my clearances.
You want me to pause and help?
No, I've got it. It's working.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm ready. You go, Jessica.
Okay, copy. Here comes that body up motion, starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
I see motion, good motion. I'm watching my ingress aid. It's clear. I'm clear of the dish. I've got good clearances.
Out, body up, and now we're going to take you body out.
Body out.
Starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're about 4 hours and 18 minutes into today's spacewalk, which began at 7:27 a.m. Central, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time. NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeneau recently completed the installation of the spare SCANT, or space-to-ground antenna, on the Z1 truss.
And next we're going to bring you body left.
As part of that installation, they installed 4 bolts
And
mounting.
Sophie and Anil, are you ready for that body left motion?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
I see motion. Motion. Got good clearances. We got a meter. Got good clearances. Good clearances.
50 centimeters remaining.
Got good clearances.
Okay, Anil, this is the published position. What do you think?
Well, I think if you could do 30 centimeters body forward, you could probably get a ret on it. Is that possible?
I don't think so, but
While they pack that, the first step is going to be to put a ret on the SCANT. That can be from either of you, and then we'll be releasing the long-duration tie-down tethers. And Sophie, if you wanted to start the long-duration tie-down tethers, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to first start on the red.
Sophie, while they talk about that, tell me when you're done with your ret.
So maybe pausing a second, what do you think about the position of the red?
Well, if you were able, if I lock out this ret and pass it to you, if you were able to reach across the T-handle and put it on the one near me, you'd be in a really good shape.
So this I can do that, yes.
You think you can? But I'm
Yes.
gonna get some length here and lock it out. I learned this from Anne McLean.
So does it mean that I do not put my red on it?
You do not have to put your ret unless it gives you extra stability.
No, I think it's good if I'm going to work on yours rather than mine.
Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are 4 hours and 21 minutes into today's spacewalk. NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeneau recently completed the installation of the spare SCANT, or space-to-ground antenna, on the Z1 truss of the International Space Station. They installed 4 bolts, which mounted the new antenna to the S-Gant boom, and they also mated the power and data connections.
While we were assessing any potential GCA.
They did experience some trouble achieving the desired torque values on 2 of the 4 bolts. However, the antenna is structurally stable, so they went ahead and removed the gimbal locks, and they completed the agate heat shield installation, which is the antenna group interface tube on the S-Gant antenna. So that installation process is now complete, and the crew members are now moving on to their next task of the day, which is retrieving the failed S-Gant or space-to-ground antenna from its temporary stowage location where it was left after last week's spacewalk on August 18th.
So all you need to do is rotate it about a foot towards me, and I'll have control of it. That's along the pitch axis, like pitching it towards me.
Copy.
Think that you can achieve that?
I'm just assessing tight arms, which are super tight.
Get too good of a job.
No, we can give you up to 13 centimeters of body in.
I'll take it, Jessica.
Okay, we're starting motion body in 3, 2, 1.
Good motion, good motion. I've got great clearances.
Okay, and there is your body in limit.
All right, DCA complete. Thank you.
Okay, copy. Stand by for brakes. Brakes are on.
Brakes on. All right, Sophie, this is as close as I can come. I'm about 8 inches away from having a hand on it.
Okay. So, just want to confirm the plan with you before I do this. So one plan would be to release this upper thing, which can easily go, and then come back and I can pull it. So this upper one would be off easily. The down one would be less easy, but the advantage of the upper one would give you the key handle.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's brilliant. I think once you do that, I have a high confidence I can get a hand on it.
Okay, so let me know when you are ready.
I'm ready. And I should probably set my suit up for a long hold, right?
Good call. Yes, you're reading the procedure with me. So I would set yourself up with your TCV, your visor, heaters. Make sure your ingress aid is tucked in, and note that you've got about 15 minutes to losing the big heater that you have out there. So about 15 minutes to sunset.
Okay, that's great work. I learned from the last one.
And for Sophie, for the long duration tie down tethers, we like your plan. You're doing great work on those. If you want to leave one side of those hooked to the handrails while Anil clears the S-Gant, you can, and then we can clean them up afterwards.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, TCV is set to 3. Love heaters are on, and I'm in a good position to receive it for the long haul.
TCV 3 for EV1.
I cannot release them. It's too tight, so let me work on it again.
That's fine.
Yeah, got it.
Nice work.
Nice job.
One is still attached to me.
Astronauts everywhere have sympathy for using long-duration tie-down tethers. Nicely done.
I've got control of the S-Gant right now.
Copy. Let me work on the other. Well, the key thing is that I'm going to ask you to move it too much upwards because it's really tight.
Okay. If I need to let go, I can let go, too.
No, let me try first.
For Jessica, I'm not imparting any forces into the arm.
Okay, we copy, and brakes are on, Anil.
Sophie, in case this affects you, do you see the base of the S-scan wedged on the, near the,
And gotta go the other side.
yeah.
Because this one doesn't work. Too tight.
The one on this side, it actually looks loose. I think you can get it off. Yeah, that one.
Okay, I'm trying another body position.
All right, it's a very awkward position. The shook is a hook. Would it help if I rolled it away from you? Need some more space?
It's just the gimbal log is in my way. All right.
Let me know. Do you get it?
No.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah.
If you do a full body, if you put your body on this side of the boom, my side of the boom, and you just square up on that hook, you'll be facing it. It'll take a little time for translation, but it'll make the hook really easy.
Yep. Let me try again this one, just in case.
Anil, if it would help you, we can offer you a body pitch in. So basically you would pitch in about 5 to 10 degrees.
I think I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I need to translate completely the other side.
Yeah, I agree with you. Don't worry about it. Once you get there, that hook will become very easy. Like what you're doing.
We like it too.
Got your feet?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So then it doesn't work, my translation then.
It does actually work. You're almost there.
Oh, okay.
You just keep your feet going the direction you were, And now you want your feet going to your left side. That way. Or that way. That works too. There you go.
That was quite the Hayaka gymnastics move. Nicely done.
Yeah.
I was going to call it the files too.
And without even entangling myself together. Woo. All right. Let's do this one from this side. Got it.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of position. Good job.
That was the sound of victory. Nicely done.
Okay, now I need to go back the other side just to check that there is no...
Can you reverse all that?
No, my plan is to not reverse.
Okay.
Just slide this inside. Especially the wire tie. So now it's almost loose, but good enough for you to grab. Let me just get in a good body position.
I've got great control of it, by the way.
I am ready to hand it over to you.
Okay. Your head is by the T-handle.
Yes.
So you'll have to move
Like this?
shoulder left, yeah. And then if you just kind of lift it up and over the right side of your head, you can do two things. You can move your body more to that original position you were in Afghan 1, or you can just do it here, kind of move the face towards me.
Any help on it?
I don't have a lot of leverage to do that. You're going to have to do some little lifting of the agate handles.
Yeah, and work. On the way. Okay, let's see, I get both. It's here.
Okay. I've got it. And I'm moving it towards me so I can get a handle there. There you go.
I release it.
Release it out of control.
Nicely done, you guys. I know that felt painful, but that actually kind of got us back on the timeline a bit. So that was very efficient work. So this time, Sophie, you can go ahead and clean up the workspace. You're going to be getting everything back to the ORU bag and taking that ORU bag toward the airlock. And we'll hand the comm over to Anil to give M1 the go to GCA to the publish Z1 back off position.
Okay, Jessica.
With you, Anil?
All right, I've got really good clearances and control of the failed F-Gant, so I think I can steer clear of things. And I will, of course, be primary for this area, and you are go for the next series of positions, which I think starts with the Z1 back off.
Okay, yeah, stand by. We're getting set up.
Sophie, your tethers are looking clean. Your waist tether is about to get caught on the...
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, though.
Camera's caught.
Did you say?
The camera loop is stuck on the...
Yeah, I see that. Thanks. All right, we're all good config now. I'm packing the bags.
Looks great from this perspective.
Great. And now this is going to be two maneuvers. First, we're going to bring you body out, and then we're going to bring you body right back to that Z1 back off position where you were.
All right, one's ready.
Okay, starting motion body out in 3, 2, 1.
Good motion, good motion. I got good clearance.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are 4 hours and 38 minutes into today's spacewalk, which began at 7:27 a.m. Central, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time. NASA astronaut Anil Menon is currently strapped into the articulating portable foot restraint on the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm and is being maneuvered over to ESP-3, which is External Stowage Platform 3. They are currently working to relocate the failed SCANT or space-to-ground antenna, which had been temporarily stowed over on the Z1 truss during the EVA, which took place last week on August 18th. So they retrieved it from its temporary stowage location and are now working to maneuver it to its permanent location, which will be over on ESP-3. Again, that is the External Stowage Platform 3 outside the International Space Station.
And now we're going to bring you body right in 3, 2, 1.
Ready. Good motion, good motion. Got great clearance from the SCANT.
We're coming up on a handover. You guys can keep doing what you're doing. I'll meet you on the other side with a big picture.
One.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are currently in a brief but expected handover between satellites as part of the Tracking and Data Relay Satellite System, or TDRS. We are now about 4 hours and 40 minutes into today's spacewalk, and the spacewalkers today, which are NASA astronaut Anil Menon, serving as EV-1, and ESA astronaut Sophie Adano, serving as EV-2, are currently working to maneuver over to ESP-3, which is External Stowage Platform 3, to permanently relocate the failed SCANT or space-to-ground antenna, which had been previously removed from the Z1 truss and temporarily stowed during last week's EVA on August 18th. Following that installation over on
motion in 3, 2, 1.
following the installation of the failed SCANT or space-to-ground antenna over on the ESP-3
body back and some right.
or
that station Venus position.
or external stowage platform 3. The crew will then move into some cleanup activities. So specifically, they will begin cleaning up the SSRMS, which is the Space Station Robotic Manipulator System, also known as the Canada Arm 2 robotic arm.
Yeah, I'm good with course.
And just for coordination, we're going to have Anil hold at this Z1 back-off position until Sophie's ready to start translating after cleanup.
One copy.
2 copies. March.
Okay, so a couple words for both of you. First, for Sophie, when you have a free finger, if you would power cycle your HECA, then we can help you with the inventory so you don't have to do that quite so detailed. We're going to have you finish cleaning up at the Z1, get the ORU and crew lock bag 4 bundled with the long duration tie down tethers inside. We'll get a good look at that work site because we'll not be coming back. Once you're completely clear of the boom and start the translation, we'll have Anil start his JOCAS, and at that time we can have Cronus is going to start playing with the antenna that you guys just installed to verify how that went. We have plenty of time. That handoff, like I said, it seems like it was a little bit challenging to do, but it actually went very quickly compared to what we expected. So we're very healthy on time and very healthy on consumables. So our plan is to get the failed antenna back over to ESP3 and just kind of go back on the nominal timeline. So really excellent work to both of you guys.
Copy.
One copy. Thanks for the words.
Thank you. Is it a good time now for me to ask a question?
This is a perfect time for questions.
Good by me.
Okay. So I know you need an inventory, but I just worked super hard to pack the bag. So why don't I just put on the side here and tell you what I see? Do not open like the full thing because now the bundle is ready.
Yes, that works for us.
Okay. I see the 2 gimbal locks. I see the torque wrench. I see the mud ball stack, mud scoop, and I see the extra AET on the red. I see crew lock bag 4 with everything in it. I won't open the doors because I tucked the 2 LCTV inside, and we would lose a lot of time if I open the doors. But the cap keeper, the white, from the transparency, I can see them.
Yes, we agreed not to open those doors, and that's a good inventory. We're just checking on it. If you'll just give a good scan of the work site, make sure you don't see anything hanging out. And did you already get the HECA button recycle?
Yeah. No, it's done.
Bill, you're at the intermediate position, and as Ann mentioned, we'll be holding there.
Happy to hold.
Okay, so the work site is clean. I see anything else than the bag. I'm going to start working on putting the bag on my VRT.
Copy, really nice work, Sophie. Going from a long duration tie down tether work into a bag inventory is not the easiest of tasks, but doing great.
Yeah.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are 4 hours and 47 minutes into today's spacewalk. You are currently seeing a live view from the helmet camera, or HECA, of NASA astronaut Anil Menon. He is currently situated on the end of the space station's robotic arm in an articulating portable foot restraint, and he is currently holding on to the failed SCANT, or space-to-ground antenna, which had been previously uninstalled and temporarily stowed on the Z1 truss during last week's spacewalk on August 18th. They have since retrieved that SCANT and are preparing to maneuver it over to ESP3, which is External Stowage Platform 3 on board the International Space Station. Right now, NASA astronaut Anil Menon is in a holding pattern while ESA astronaut Sophie Adano completes some worksite cleanup
And
activities.
Sophie, we don't have a camera on you right now. If you have any statuses for us, we would take it. And we just got your HECA back.
Oh, okay, good. So, almost done with the outs of the bag. It is on my BRT. It is attached to my BRT. Just need to remove the second AET that was on the other handrail.
Copy, that sounds good.
Burn.
Viewing translation.
Copy, and we see it. So you'll just go back where you came from, and as you go by the airlock, you can temp stow that medium ORU bag. We have it down as a toolbox, but if you have a preferable location, that's fine too.
Okay.
This is Michigan.
Back into the airlock. Next.
I can put on the D-ring.
Yeah, but just
Circular handrail, you mean?
Yes.
you can put on the circular handrail or even on the toolboxes.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are 4 hours 51 minutes into today's spacewalk, and you're currently seeing a view from the helmet camera of ESA astronaut Sophie Adano. She recently completed some work site cleanup tasks over at the Z1 truss, where they recently installed the spare SCANT or space to ground antenna. Following that cleanup, as well as a inventory of the tools and items that are in the bag that they have been carrying, she began her translation back over to the airlock, where she will drop off the bag and toolbox, and then she will head over to meet NASA astronaut Anil Menon over at the ESP3 or External Stowage Platform 3 work site to complete the installation of the failed SCANT or failed space to ground antenna that had been removed from the Z1 truss and temporarily stowed over there during an EVA or spacewalk that took place last Tuesday, August 18th.
And Sophie, we see you at the Cedarspur. So one recommended location would just be to put that on the front of those toolboxes right there if you want to save the translation going underneath. But just a reminder, we're healthy on consumables and healthy on time, so there's no rush.
Thank you.
For the crew, just be advised that we're going to be doing
Thank you for your patience.
You're crushing it, Sophie. We're going to do the KU checkout, so we're going to be down video for a little while. So if you guys can give us verbal statuses, we would appreciate it.
Man, when does the video down start? Has it started?
It has not started yet. I don't know. We can hold if you need to show us something.
No, I was just curious when I would start the verbal feedback.
We'll give you a heads up when it's imminent.
Copy.
Sophie, TCV setting 7.
Copy TCV 7 for EV2. For both of you, we're just approaching the 5-hour mark. We're on the timeline, and we are battery limited on EV1. And that limit exceeds anything that we're planning for. So we are sitting good on consumables. You guys are both doing great.
Thank you.
Yeah, resuming translation.
Copy resuming translation. Thanks, Sophie, and we'll just take your call as you go by the NTA and as you get to your green hook position at 3217.
Okay, NTA green hook position.
And Sophie, we see you on phase 1.
Fun. Yeah. NTA.
Copy. Sophie is passing the NTA.
Okay, we copy. Anil, we will get you set up for the ESP3 JoeCast.
Mill's ready. And you have my go when you're ready.
Okay, Anil, this motion will bring you a body in, left, and down. And we're starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
Good motion, good motion. Copy.
I guess we're analyst.
Seems like it.
We hear the IV crew.
What's that?
You have good come with the IV crew.
We loud and clear, and we have good green status for comm with ground.
You think it's related to the KU checkout?
Nope, I got you guys loud and clear, and we can still see you too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Thanks.
Yep, and we see you at your Green Hook location.
Let's see Weta. Crossing Weta, crew lock bags, tucks.
Stepping out or no?
Ready?
And Sophie, once you have the Green Hook on 3217, you'll be taking that same path that you did before down to the FSE.
Copy. Good tether check. And TCV 4.5.
Copy TCV 4.5 for EV2.
You know, we're going to get set up for that single joint maneuver for the ESP3 bolt access.
One copy.
Human translation.
Copy, and we see you. And we are now one command away from losing the KU video. So we'll take a little bit more prescriptive updates on where you guys are. So as you get down to ESP3, reminder to avoid contact with the grapple fixture target pin shaft to target. You know exactly where that is. And that as we do the robo to maintain clearances to the Weta antenna and the trunnion pin.
Copy.
And Sophie will also add the grapple fixture by an and then the one off to his left, like you were monitoring last time.
Okay.
And Sophie, you can just tell me, stay where you are, more forward.
Copy.
That seemed to work.
my share lead on 3-0, so it's going to be better for me.
We copy, Sophie. And as Sophie gets down there to ESP3, you guys can work together to get her in a position to monitor the clearances and then work together for timing. When you're ready, then Neil, you can give the go to GCA to the published bolt access position.
Copy. So you tell me when you're in a good spot.
Work.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are currently about 5 hours and 10 minutes into today's spacewalk. That spacewalk officially beginning at 7:27 a.m. Central.
Let me start my calls and everything, and I'll be with you in momentarily.
Copies.
Ground copies. And you guys are just a couple minutes from sunrise.
Again, that spacewalk officially beginning at 7:27 a.m. Central, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time.
Say that, so flight went ahead and arranged for it.
The crew recently made their way back over to the ESP3 or External Stowage Platform 3.
And I'm ready for giving the clearances.
All right. Jessica, you ready?
Okay, we are ready. Anil, this is the one that's going to bring you mostly left and a little bit down as well. We're starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I see motion. It's good motion. I like your speed.
The first movement I'm going to ask you is lean forward.
Lean forward.
Yes.
How's that?
That's looking great.
And Anil and Sophie, you have eyes on the crew lock bag as well?
I've got eyes on the crew lock bag.
I've got it. Continue leaning forward, that's good. I do have eyes on the dish, right?
The dish, yes.
Okay, so you might need to move the dish.
I've got a good meter on this side.
And this is Mission Control Houston. You're continuing to hear some communication there between NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adano. Anil serving as EV1 today and Adano serving as EV2. They recently made their way back over to ESP3 or External Stowage Platform 3 to complete the installation of the failed S-scant or space-to-ground antenna, which had been previously temp stowed over on the Z1 truss following its uninstallation last week on August 18th. Earlier in the EVA or spacewalk today, they did complete the installation of the spare S-scant on the Z1 truss. The reason we are hearing the crew but not seeing them is because there is an intentional KU outage while they complete some initial checkouts of that new or spare escant that has now been installed over on the Z1 truss. It's expected to last about 30 minutes and has been underway for about 10 minutes or so, but we do expect to get views back once some of those checkouts are complete. There on your screen, you're seeing a live look inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room here in Houston, Texas. The Orbit 2 team of flight controllers continues to be on console. They are the execute team for today's spacewalk and are being led by Flight Director Chris Dobbins.
Put on brakes, please. Stop GCA here.
Sharon?
Okay.
Okay. And you're in a good spot. I'm coming around to help you on the other side.
Okay.
Yep, and here Neil and Sophie will just work together to install the escant into the passive pins into the FSC receptacles.
Copy. Passive pin. I think I've got him in the passive pins, Sophie, when you get there.
Stand by.
Yeah, I've got him in the passive pins.
Copy.
I'm good. If I'm going to do the bolts next,
I'm going to get in position so that I can hold it.
Yeah, and just a reminder, it's going to be a slight pull towards you.
Okay.
Keep them in the pins.
Oh, stand by one. Can you hold it? I'm just going to put my visor.
You've got plenty of time.
Okay, visor down, and I have good control of the antenna.
Okay, can you just hold it? I'll put my visor down.
Yes, I'm holding it.
Okay, I've got my visor down. We are now in the passive pins.
All right, nice.
If you notice that jiggle there? If you can keep it down like that, do you think you can do that? It'll stay in the pins, but it doesn't take much to get out of them, I think.
What do you mean? Do you want me to just hold this position?
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, I'm holding.
Okay, great. I think we're in a good spot, Ann.
All right, I like it. Nice work, and I bet you're glad to let go of that thing. So at this point, you can retrieve your PGT. We're going to use a 6-inch wobble socket and set Bravo 7 clockwise 2. Bravo 7 clockwise 2.
Bravo 7 clockwise 2. Bravo 7 clockwise 2 is set on the PGT.
Copy. You are go to drive FSC bolt number 1, which is port. It's away from the pallet. You're going to expect 28 to 35 turns to engage.
To 35. And Dad, I'm gonna cal it. I'll be back with you in a second.
Copy. As you guys are working that, great news from Earth is that we have good power and data to the recently installed escant antenna. You guys will always have some ownership over that. Nice job.
Oh, makes us happy. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, that is great news. Okay. I'm ready to drive that bolt.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're now 5 hours and 18 minutes into today's spacewalk, and you're currently seeing a live view inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room here in Houston, Texas, where the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers is currently on console, being led by Flight Director Chris Dobbins. We did hear confirmation that the newly installed spared SCANT, or space-to-ground antenna on the Z1 truss, does have good power and data being received.
Copy, still counting.
The spacewalkers for today, following that installation of the spare SCAN on the Z1 truss, went ahead and maneuvered and translated over to
25.3 green light.
Green light, 25.3 torque, 36 turns on FSE bolt 1. You're going to drive FSE bolt number 2, starboard bolt toward the pallet.
Towards the pallet, inward.
Copy.
Again, they went ahead and maneuvered over to external stowage platform number 3 to where they're now installing the failed SCANT, or space-to-ground antenna, which had been previously removed from the Z1 truss last week during an EVA on August 18th. They are currently working to drive 2 FSE, or flight support equipment, bolts to firmly install that failed SCANT over there on the external stowage platform number 3. They have completed one of those bolt installations and are working on the second one using the PGT, or pistol grip tool.
$15. 20. 30, 25, sorry.
Copy.
30. 36 turns, 25.3 torque, green light.
Copy, nicely done. We got 36 turns, 25.3 torque, green light. You can now stow your PGT, and you'll install the MLI booties on the FSE bolts. And Sophie, you can get back in position for arm clearances.
And Mark?
And this is Mission Control Houston. Those 2 FSE, or flight support equipment, bolts have been installed on the failed SCANT, or space-to-ground antenna, on the external stowage platform number 3. They are now putting away the PGT, or pistol grip tool, and installing some MLI booties. MLI is multi-layer insulation on top of those bolts to complete that installation.
MLI booties velcroed on.
Copy, very nicely done. Good work there. At this time, we are going to go clean up the arm. So once Sophie's in a good position, actually we'll get a glove and a hap check from both of you before starting.
Okay, checking.
Mark?
All right, try out nominal gloves for EV1.
I have nominal gloves for EV.
Copy, glove and hap check for both EV1 and 2, thank you. Once you're in position, Sophie, then Anil, you can give M1 go to GCA to the published ESP3 back-off position.
I'm in good position.
Sophie, any advice here? Or just
Stay lean forward.
lean forward? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, watch watch this. I'm going to watch this, but
Yes.
I do have a close passage here. But I got eyes on that. You just watch my head, okay?
I do.
Okay, Jessica, how copy?
We've got you loud and clear. We're ready to take you to the ESP-33 back off if you're ready.
I'm ready. You have my go.
You're going to be moving body right back where you were, starting motion. And no, we're starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
See motion, good motion. Clearances are getting better.
Continuing.
This is Mission Control Houston. NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adano have successfully completed the installation of the spare S-Scant or space-to-ground antenna on the Z1 truss at the International Space Station. They were also able to go ahead and retrieve the failed S-Scant from its temporary stowage location and install it on the
Sophie, do you have good clearance from his
and install it on the ESP or external stowage platform number 3. Now that those tasks are complete, they are being maneuvered back over near the airlock, and the final cleanup steps for the SSRMS will take place, and that is the Space Station Robotic Manipulator System, also known as the Canadarm2 robotic arm. Throughout today's spacewalk, NASA astronaut Anil Menon, serving as EV1, has been positioned on the end of that robotic arm using the articulatory portable foot restraint.
Ramping out, Anil, we'll get set up for the intermediate position JOCAS.
Who copies?
Once the robotic arm is maneuvered into its proper egress position, NASA astronaut Anil Menon will go ahead and exit that articulating portable foot restraint.
For the next move, Sophie, you're going to be translating back up to face 1, staying outboard of the arm position where you were before. We're going to have you do that same APFR pickup and putting it back on the seat cart. And Anil, you'll be working the tether swap. Just for you guys' awareness, we're at about 5:25 total EVA time so far.
Copy.
One copy.
Right, Anil, we're starting motion back up to the intermediate position in 3, 2, 1.
And Sophie, you're going to
Okay, motion,
translate to
good
your green
motion.
hook.
And what?
We have you both back on video.
How'd the checkout? Oh, the checkout went well, you said, right?
Yeah, we have power and data. We haven't checked the waveguide signal yet.
I'm on the starboard Cedar card. Do you want me to tap twice?
And for big picture for you guys, we are at 5.5 hours, and our plan is to clean up the arm and do a nominal ingress.
Sounds good.
Copy. Starboard Cedar card. Do you want me to tap twice?
Yes, Sophie, we're going to need the 2 brake tap on both the starboard and port Cedar carts as you go by.
Copy. Part is done.
And we copied the 2 taps on the port Cedar cart.
It's the starboard one. I'm arriving at my Green Hook location.
Copy, yes, starboard one.
I don't know, we're ramping out.
One cap.
No, we're getting set up for the JOCAS to the APFR back off position.
One cap.
No, we're starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
Sophie, can you pause there real quick? And we're going to need you to just U-turn to the left and hit those brake pedals right there by your left hand that are on the inboard side.
Copy. Work.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Sophie.
You're welcome. taps on the starboard side of the port seeker.
Copy, and we're going to need those on the inboard side as you translate off the other side, and you can find a good position where you can watch your crewmate come into phase one.
Okay.
Sophie, if you got the bandwidth, wave to the camera.
You're behind.
And we saw your two
Right.
taps on the port seat Kurt, and we'll want to hold you there, Sophie. I don't want to move too much farther inboard because Neil's going to be coming right over your right shoulder.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 1 mile marker. Outboard.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that'll be clear.
Okay, Anil, we are at the back off position.
Be back off. Let Sophie get situated for 1 second.
Give me a sec.
Yep, and once you guys are ready, and it'll
Copy
be
that.
given
Yeah,
the
we're
go.
getting set up for the next maneuver.
Yep, once you
Emerson.
Yep, and I think you already know your next step is to give a go to the published APFR egress position whenever you're ready, and Sophie's set up.
For that, TCV set to 5.
Copy, EV1 TCV 5.
We are in no rush here, so take your time.
All right. I'm in good position.
Okay. You can get eyes on me.
I can get eyes on you.
Okay. All right, Jessica. I'm ready for the APFR published. Go for TA to published APFR egress position.
You know, we're still getting set up. We'll let you know when we're starting motion.
Sounds good.
Okay, now we're ready to bring you station aft, starting motion in 3, 2, 1.
See motion, good motion. We got great clearances. I'm gonna lean back a little. Off your right shoulder, Sophie, but I've got clearances from you.
Yep.
See a meter to trust, and I've got good clearances leaning back.
Clearances confirmed.
50 centimeters remaining.
Yeah.
15 centimeters remaining.
Plenty of room.
All right, there's your published position.
GCA complete. Good job.
Copy GCA complete. Brakes are coming on.
E-brake.
No.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are currently in a brief but expected handover between the tracking and data relay satellite systems. We are about 5 hours and 39 minutes into today's spacewalk. Today is U.S. Spacewalk 98. NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeneau are currently completing.
Okay, we're back with you after handover. So Anil, you are go to egress the APFR. Sophie, your next step is going. Yep, and Sophie, you'll get in the position to retrieve that APFR.
Didn't work.
The crew is currently completing some final steps related to the SSRMS cleanup, and that stands for the Space Station Robotic Manipulator System, which is also known as the Canadarm2 robotic arm. Throughout today's spacewalk, NASA astronaut Anil Menon has been strapped into the Articulating Portable Foot Restraint, or APFR, at the end of that robotic arm to complete the various tasks of installing the spare SGANT, or space-to-ground antenna, on the Z1 truss. Now that those tasks are complete, he will go ahead and egress or exit that Articulating Portable Foot Restraint. And then ESA astronaut Sophie Adeneau will go ahead and retrieve that foot restraint and put it back in its stowage position.
Let's hear it. What? I'll give you a rip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you could just put it on that if you want. Probably easy to put it right here. I put it in last time? Yeah, perfect. All right, we got a ret for the APFR. Let me just do a couple things here, Sophie.
Yep, take your time.
Currently on your screen, you're seeing a view from the helmet camera, or the HECO, which stands for HDEMU camera assembly, which is attached to the spacesuit of NASA astronaut Anil Menon. You can see him looking on at ESA astronaut Sophie Adeneau. The space station is currently in a daytime pass as it flies about 260 statute miles over the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, so you've got a ret to it. I'm going to remove it, okay?
I'm ready for that.
APFR is off. It is in your hands. You have control.
I have control.
Okay, and the APFR is handed off.
Copy, yeah, if you can just move your HECA so we can look at that APFR position on your left cuff checklist.
Who are you talking to?
All right, and Sophie, we'll have you take the APFR over to the port CETA cart with number 3. And Anil, you'll get in position for the tether swap.
Okay, I'm in position for at least taking off the yellow hook when it's time. Or sorry, that is not correct.
Okay, yes. Let's wait for a sec there. So we'll get your waist tether down. And the first thing we're going to do is to retrieve your green hook from the NTA vertical handrail.
Tether is down, and I'm going for that green hook.
Copy. And if you want to lock your green rail beforehand, you can. You can retrieve the green hook and put it on your red reel.
I'm going to lock the green reel.
Okay. This is from Sophie. I'll let you finish your steps, but I have something.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm almost there. Okay, green hook on red reel, locked, black on black, closed.
Copy. You can unlock that reel.
Green reel is unlocked.
And you'll release your yellow hook from the SSRMS Lee and attach it to your green tether reel with a gate closed, hook locked.
Okay, I'm going for that. Sophie, you can use the comm if you'd like to talk to him.
Okay. So I'm having more and more difficulty to move my left shoulder. The joint, the left joint of the EMU is becoming really stiff. And I tried the chicken wings and the usual thing that I do that works usually. It's not a problem of me being sorry, I'm fine. It's just the joint is really, really stiff.
Okay, we copy, and once Anil's done with his tether swap, we can have him come give you a hand with it if you want to hold there for a sec.
Yeah,
And by we're almost there.
Nice heck of you.
All right, yellow hook is now on the green reel, closed, locked, black on black. I'm in a good config. I can target over here.
All right, we concur. So we got your yellow hook on the green tether reel. So at this time, if you want to, Sophie, we just need to get the APFR back onto the port CETA cart.
yeah.
There's two things we can. I can pick it up from you, Sophie. Or.
Yeah, because I have really reduced mobility on my left shoulder right now.
Why don't I get the APFR? But let's take a second to figure out how I cross and get it from you.
Yeah.
And we can move the arm out of your way as well.
Okay.
Absolutely. Let's get that arm moving. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, if everything is clear of the arm, we are ready for that last maneuver to the back-off position.
That might go.
Okay, what I suggest is I go back to the port CETA cart. This I can do.
Okay.
And then there we'll be able to do something.
Agree. I can go high over the CETA cart, put myself in the middle, and then take the APFR from you.
Neil and Soph, we're going to move the arm station forward starting in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And Sophie, you seem to be translating now. Did the arm work itself out?
No. I have limited motion on my left arm.
He's gonna stop.
But I'm gonna post here, and like Anil is gonna climb to the width APFR, the width number 3, and I'm posing here.
Okay, yeah, we like that plan. And if that arm joint got a little bit twisted on the suit, then Neil may be able to help kind of move it back if the normal swimming motion didn't work.
Yeah, I did a ton of the swinging motion, the usual one, and it does not work.
Copy, we're tracking.
Yeah.
Let me get waist tether down.
Yes, I'm in good position right now.
Okay, I'm in a great position. I need to ret to it first.
Or we leave it on my rep. I think it's long enough.
Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah.
Okay, let me release. So I'm releasing the jaws. Do you have good control?
I have good control.
Okay, releasing the jaws now. I'm leaving my rep.
Okay. I've got it.
Copy, I see it.
And confirm APFR settings for stowage.
APFR will go into width 3, and it's going to be 6 Papa Papa Fox 6. That's 6 Papa Papa Fox 6.
Okay, we are set there, which is great.
That's great. Yeah, I see it.
Have it soft docked. I'm almost there. Okay, good pull twist test. Locking collar, black on black. Snob is depressible. I'm just going to get your ret off, okay?
Yeah, I am ready.
Copy, and now we just need to make sure the ingress aid is low profile as well. We think it was, but just to verify.
Low profile. Confirmed. Okay, I got your ret free, Sophie.
I am ready to receive it. Yeah.
You ready? Here it comes.
Got it.
Got it.
Nice
All right,
teamwork, you guys.
nice job. A lot of that today, everybody.
It's the name of the game.
Hey, Sophie, I'm going to hold here. I think you should go back first.
Yeah, I'll start translating, and if I need your help for the shoulder joint, then I'll pause.
Yeah, that way I'll be on your shoulder side.
Yeah, the one thing.
Yeah, and actually, real quick, if you want to
forget
hold there, guys, we just want to talk about it real quick. If you don't mind just holding there for a minute and enjoying the view.
We'll hold, keep thinking, Sophie, and we'll give them some space, and I'm watching my tethers.
Okay, holding.
And Sophie, the question here is if we did a nominal translation, just kind of a nice slow translation, we got plenty of time, get back to the airlock, how much is that arm joint bothering you right now?
Nice and slow, I think I can do it. Yeah, it's basically slower than usual.
Okay, so we can have you guys go ahead and translate back together. Sophie did lead out. If you guys are comfortable that your tethers will stay straight, then you can have Sophie lead back, or we can go in the order that we came out, and Anil would go first. Reminder that we'll run into a big medium ORU bag when we get to the airlock, or to the airlock toolboxes, rather.
Rather go first, and Anil, if it's okay for you, so that you're on my left shoulder, and if you need to help, then you'll be positioned.
And I think that'll create perhaps a little just other crops, but I think it'll resolve back at the airlock. So I feel good about it. Just just be aware as you go down the feeder spur.
Yeah, I'm checking your trellis, and I'm checking as well.
I'm going to wait until you get to the feeder spur.
Copy.
Man, I am going to hit the brakes again.
Copy. Good plan.
Fool me once.
Anil, you can go.
Okay, I'm translating.
And we see you continuing down, Sophie, as you come down the cedar cart or cedar rail. Reminder that the bags will be down there at the toolboxes. We'll have Anil pick those up. What we'll have you do is pause just outside of the airlock, and we'd like a good assessment on the flexibility and mobility of the EMU arm, in particular for movements that you will be doing when you get into the airlock, like grabbing your SCU. What we don't want you doing is trying to move against the force of the suit.
Copy.
Is there any assessment photos, Hector, that I can provide?
We are thinking about it.
I'm at the feeder spur, Sophie.
Copy.
And I know we appreciate the offer. We don't think that there will be anything that you'll be able to grab from there, so we'll just continue the ingress.
One copy.
Copy.
I'm going to pause here, Sophie.
Copy. thermal cover is open, and I'm going to put my waist tether directly on the airlock waist tether.
Okay, copy. And any words on the mobility of that suit, in particular when you think about moving through the motions like SCUs and airlock egress?
Airlock ingress will be definitely okay. SCU, I think so as well. It might take a longer time. EA to press might be the tricky one. The O2 actuator to press is going to be the tricky one, just because I cannot my arm closer to my body. Yeah, I think I'll make it work.
Okay, copy. Those are good words. And just don't put excessive force against the suit. If you feel like you're going to need to do that, just let us know what's going on, and we always have a plan B.
Okay. All right, so load path to station, check. I have the waist tether, the airlock waist tether, all hook gate close lock black on black.
Copy, airlock.
Hook gate close black on black, and my waist tether on gate close lock black on black with a large hook and small hook gate close lock black on black. So I have a good load path to station.
Copy, and we agree. You can turn off your HECA and ingress the airlock.
Okay. Do you want to pass me the bags, Anil?
Yeah, I can do it. One option is you get in the airlock and I can pass it to you in the airlock.
Okay, let's do that.
And would that be okay?
That works for us.
I'm just getting a hold of it. I got a red on it.
Okay. And just so that you're not surprised, there were ADTs.
Yeah, I see them. Thanks for the heads up.
This is Mission Control Houston.
Yeah,
We are now 6 hours and 2 minutes into today's spacewalk, which began at 7:27 a.m. Central, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time. The crew is wrapping up their final cleanup activities, and they are reporting their tether configurations. And soon they will be ingressing back into the crew lock portion of the Quest airlock to round out today's spacewalk.
All right, I've got the MOU bag. I'm kind of heading your way.
Yep. All right, I'm in, and I am ready to receive the bags.
All right, I'm at the toolboxes, and I'm going to be doing Nader right now. That's a circular handrail, and I'm just going to put a buckle down, and then I'll get you the bag next.
Copy.
The bag, I've got a ret on the handrail.
Copy. I'm ready to receive with a ret, and as soon as I'll get it, I'll let you know.
Yeah. So careful, calm. Got it.
All right, we see the ORU bag in the airlock. Sophie confirmed that she had her waist tether to the airlock D-ring extender waist tether.
I do confirm my waist tether is, let me just double check as well as I do that. My waist tether is on the airlock, on the waist tether of the airlock, and all 4 sliders are locked. And I just released your red.
It's on my MWS already.
Okay, great. And I'm ready. So give me a sec before giving me your bag.
Yep, and when you're ready, Sophie will be giving Anil the go to retrieve your anchor hook from the aft D-ring.
And I was thinking maybe I just pass through my crew lock bag and then do that. Is that okay?
That'll work.
If the BRT jaws are down, but you can get both of those, I think.
And work. Yep, it's BRT jaws are released. Let me give you your red.
Okay. Can you read at the bag?
I did read the bag.
Great.
It's actually even 80 on that.
Okay. And I'm just going to clean up my MWS and I'll be with you.
Copy, that sounds good.
This is Mission Control Houston. You're currently seeing a live view of the outside of the International Space Station. There in the center of your screen, you can see the outer thermal hatch for the Quest airlock, and you can see NASA astronaut Anil Menon, who has served as EV1 for the duration of today's spacewalk.
Okay, so when you're ready, you can retrieve EV2 anchor hook from the aft airlock external D-ring and attach it to your waist tether.
One for EV2 anchor hook, attaching it to my waist tether.
What's your red reel?
I'm going to put it on my red reel if that's okay with you.
We are also happy with that.
Again, you're currently seeing a live view outside the International Space Station there with NASA astronaut Anil Menon toward the center of your screen. He is close to that thermal cover of the Quest airlock. ESA astronaut Sophie Adano, who has served as EV2 for the duration of today's spacewalk, has already ingressed or gone back inside the crew lock portion of that Quest airlock. Now NASA astronaut Anil Menon is completing some final tether configurations, and then he will shortly thereafter join Sophie Adano inside the crew lock, after which they will close that thermal cover and the hatch, and then that repressurization process will begin. Once the crew lock portion of the Quest airlock does begin repressurizing, that will mark the official end of today's spacewalk. Right now we are at about 6 hours and 8 minutes of spacewalking time. Again, the spacewalk began earlier today at 7:27 a.m. Central Time, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time.
Is the EV1 red reel? Is the EV2 anchor hook on it?
Copy, EV2 anchor hook on your... Copy, anchor hook is on your red reel and it is locked. So you can stow your EV1 anchor hook on your workstation and turn off your HECA.
All right, I'm doing both of those things right now. Oops. before I turn off my HECA, Ann, I have this question for EVA console.
She is very enthusiastic for your question. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I don't know if you can see through my HECA, left side of this cuff checklist page. I think we should add it as a permanent addition. It's a picture of Sandy, and it says, "Don't worry, Sandy has thought of it." And I think that's emblematic for this series of EVAs.
Well, I think you just gave her best birthday present. We are lucky to have her on the team, and we appreciate your words, Anil.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Sandy. Going in now.
We copy.
Hey, Sophie, I need to grab that thermal cover. I'm going to turn.
Copy, yeah, I'm clearing the bag as you enter. And I'm ready to grab your sheet as soon as it's the right time.
And we see your HECA off, so you can continue the ingress and close the airlock thermal cover.
I got the thermal cover. Got to get my seat back.
Copy. You'll be attaching that integral strap to the magnetic plate D-ring, cinching until snug, and report Sharpie lines.
Copies in work.
This is Mission Control Houston. We just surpassed 6 hours and 14 minutes for today's spacewalk. That spacewalk officially beginning at 7:27 a.m. Central Time, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time.
Sharpie lines.
Copy. 6 Sharpie lines. You can both remove the SCU from your stowage pouch, remove your DCM cover, and connect the SCU to the DCM and verify locked.
On in work.
Both crew members, NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno, have now ingressed.
Station water is warmer than your plus water, so if you want to turn down your cooling to a higher number, you may.
On top.
They have now ingressed the crew lock portion of the Quest airlock, and the thermal cover has been
And
closed.
I know you've got a handful of SCU, but when you're done, if we can just verify that the magnetic plate is engaged on the thermal cover.
I can verify that now. It is engaged.
Good work, thanks.
The crew is now walking through some final steps, and then they will complete the closure of the airlock hatch. Once that airlock hatch is closed, they will begin the repressurization process, which will officially mark the end of the spacewalk.
Okay, one's SCU is on and locked.
Copy, EV1 SCU on and locked.
And while Sophie's working on it, I'm just clearing the hatch area and taking a look at the hatch seal.
Copy, thank you.
SCU on and locked.
Good word, Sophie. We like that. So at this time, you both can switch your water off.
Okay.
You can both switch your water
Water
off OFF and expect water is off message.
Active alert tone. One's off.
Off.
Copy for water, EV1 and 2 is off OFF. So while we have a couple of minutes, a promise made is worth keeping. So at this time, on behalf of Capcom and I, we're going to count down like a bolt. 3, 2, 1. You just saved the video dish. You just saved the video dish.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's hard to top that, but if we had a moment, we wanted to say a few things as well. Is that okay, Ann?
Yes, the floor is yours.
All right. I just wanted to congratulate the entire team on executing this complex, time-critical operation successfully. We just, with more checkouts, established communication redundancy for station. In today's expanding space economy, communications is a cornerstone of growth, and NASA has always been a pioneer and has a lot to be proud of. Personally, I'm proud we continue to accomplish challenges like today's EVA and demonstrate NASA's deep capability to work in the harshest of environments. Our success are a result of you, the people at NASA, people in the room in MCC right now, and most importantly, I think today proves that it's the resiliency that we have to not give up and make this a success. Me, personally, it'll be a lifetime memory to work with you all today. I'll never forget it. That and to see Sophie mirror that preparation and switch into full beast mode for 2 EVAs in 2 weeks. Congrats, Sophie. You crushed it. A special thanks to Jess, who's really been a mentor up here with her 6 EVAs and soon to be 7, hopefully. And Jack, whose professionalism makes everything run smoothly. And it was great feedback, and we learned so much from him. And over to you, Sophie.
Thanks, Anil, for the great words. I can only concur for the team and the praise for the teams, everyone up in Houston and also in here on the ISS. I would add that it's a small toothbrush for an antenna and a giant leap for communication redundancy. But jokes aside, well done, teams, for this successful EVA. Together we overcame the challenges. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. It's amazing what we can achieve when we are all working together. In fact, you're a master for flying the arm, and we've learned a lot from your professionalism. Tika, you're the best mentor I would ever remember. Now, just wanted to say a quick word for the younger generation about working together. Never underestimate what humanity can achieve when we work together. There's still so much to explore and even more to create. So keep dreaming, building bridges, and we do believe that you'll have a bright future.
Thanks, Sophie.
Those are great words. Thank you both. Lots of smiles around the team. That was really meant a lot to everybody down here. Thank you. For Anil, you can verify the outer hatch clear as hardware. The handle position is per the decal. And then you are going to close and lock the hatch.
Okay, inboard gun. And it is clear. I'm just going to verify it through the decal and then...
Ten seconds to a handover.
All right, I'll keep working on it.
This is Mission Control Houston. We are currently 6 hours and 22 minutes into today's spacewalk, but it is coming to a close here shortly, following an exchange of words between the flight control team here on the ground in Houston, as well as NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno, who are currently in the crew lock portion of the Quest airlock. They are now completing the final steps to close and lock the airlock hatch, and once that is confirmed to be complete, they will begin the repressurization process. And that will officially mark the end of today's spacewalk clock. Again, that spacewalk time started when the crew switched their suits to battery power, taking place at 7:27 a.m. Central Time, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time.
Back with you after handover.
Awesome, we're almost there. Off the hatch, keep coming down. Okay, sit down. I'm just checking it's in the proper position, and it was clear, and I'm going to go to latch.
Copy.
Freeing first FCU, Sophie.
Say again? Anything I can do to help?
Nope, we are. Hatch is closed, latched, and locked right now. And the MPEV is closed.
Okay, we copy. The EV hatch is closed and locked. With that, I'll hand you back over to your crew mates, Jack and Jessica. Nicely done, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, Ann.
All right, welcome back inside the hole, Nil and Soph. I'm on step 4 of the crew lock repress cue card. Soph, on the UIA, check the oxygen, EMU 1 and 2 valves. There's 2 of them. They're both open.
Oxygen, EMU 1 and 2 valves are open.
All right, switch the EV 1 and 2 power to on, OS.
Hey, Mark. EV1 power on. EV2 power on.
Right, check the power for EMU 1 and 2 LEDs are illuminated. There should be 2 of them.
2 LEDs illuminated.
Check the power, EV 1 and 2 volts are reading between 18 and 19.
18.8 and 18.6. Check.
Right, sounds good, and we'll do this sequentially. So EV1 and EV1 only, take your power switch on your DCM to SCU. Expect a warning tone.
Power to SCU.
All right, copy with that good switch throw. EV2, you can take your power switch on your DCM to SCU. Expect a warning tone.
Power to SCU.
I think I heard you, so good switch throw, is that right?
Good power SCU.
Great. We are not on SOP purging, and so we're going to leave our O2 actuator. Disregard. I'm just looking through the warning here. I think we're good to press. So on your DCMs for EV1 and 2, you can take your O2 actuator to press.
Okay.
O2 press EV1.
And just verify you see on your DCM O2 pause is press.
O2 pause press on DCM.
For EV1.
O2 press EV2.
Great work, Sophie. Just verify for me that on your DCM it does say O2 pause to press.
O2 pause press.
Awesome. EV1, can you check the EV hatch MPEF is closed?
Closed. EV hatch MPEV is closed.
All right, our next step is to open up the IV hatch equalization valve and start to repress. You guys feeling good? You want us to go to a nominal rate or start slow?
Try nominal.
Nominal.
All right, we're going to position. All right, you guys might get an alert tone as we start this repress.
This is Mission Control Houston. Now that the crew lock repressurization process has begun, the clock for today's spacewalk has officially stopped. That taking place at 1:57 p.m. Central Time, 2:57 p.m. Eastern Time. Today's spacewalk officially began at 7:27 a.m. Central Time, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time. So the duration of today's spacewalk was exactly 6.5 hours. Currently on your screen, you're seeing a live view inside the International Space Station. That view coming from the equipment lock portion of the Quest airlock. You can see NASA astronauts Jessica Meir and Jack Hathaway, who are currently inside that equipment lock portion as they continue to work through that repressurization process of the crew lock portion. Again, that repressurization process began about 2 minutes ago at 1:57 p.m. Central Time, 2:57 p.m. Eastern Time to officially mark the end of today's spacewalk. The crew lock will continue to be repressurized until it reaches the pressure to match the rest of the station, which is about 14.7 psi or pounds per square inch. It had been previously depressurized down to vacuum ahead of today's spacewalk, and right now it is at about 1.5 psi. During today's 6.5-hour spacewalk, the crew successfully retrieved and installed the spare SCANT or space-to-ground antenna, which had been located on external stowage platform number 3, and they installed it on the Z1 truss. Initial data and power connections were confirmed, and additional connections and tests will be performed overnight on that spare space-to-ground antenna following its installation today. The crew was also able to retrieve the failed SCANT that had been temporarily stowed on the Z1 truss following its disconnection during last week's EVA, and they were able to move that over to external stowage platform number 3.
We're increasing through 3.5 psi. At 4 psi, you might get an alert from.
1.
This is Mission Control Houston, live from the International Space Station Flight Control Room as the repressurization process of the crew lock portion of the Quest airlock continues following today's EVA. Today's spacewalk lasted for 6 hours and 30 minutes, concluding at 1:57 p.m. Central Time, 2:57 p.m. Eastern Time. It was the 283rd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades. It was also the 6th spacewalk out of the International Space Station this year and the 3rd for Expedition 75. Today's spacewalk was the 3rd spacewalk completed by NASA astronaut Anil Menon. He now has a total of 19 hours and 20 minutes of spacewalking time, and it was the 2nd spacewalk for ESA, or European Space Agency astronaut Sophie Adeneau, who now has 12 hours and 53 minutes of total spacewalking time. Across the 283 spacewalks that have been conducted in support of the space station, they now total 74 days, 17 hours, and 14 minutes of spacewalking time outside of the space station. Again, that repressurization process is continuing. The crew lock is now at about 4.8 pounds per square inch, or PSI. At about 5 PSI, they will conduct some leak checks to ensure that everything is looking good, and they will hold briefly at that point. And then they will continue the repressurization process back up to about 14.7 PSI, or pounds per square inch, to match that of the rest of the space station.
Welcome to 5 PSI. We got 2 minutes for the crew lock pressure to stabilize and then a 1-minute leak check.
2 copies.
1 copy.
2 minutes. Crew dock pressure stable, and we're 1 minute for the leak check. That's a minute. Pressure stable. It's a good leak check. If you wanted to check the switch for your glove heaters, it's in the off OFF position.
One is off OFF.
No OFF.
Copy OFF for both EV1 and EV2. Any contamination on your gloves you guys want to report?
1 negative, no contamination.
2 negative, no contamination.
No contamination. Any cough symptoms you guys want to talk about before we move on?
1 negative.
2 negative.
All right, for both EV1 and EV2, we're in step 10 now. Take your O2 actuator to IV.
Work. One is IV.
3 is IV.
Copy, nice work, guys. EV1 and EV2 are IV. I'm going to restart the repress. You'll get an alert tone as we go.
1.
This is Mission Control Houston. Again, you're seeing a live view inside the Quest airlock, specifically the equipment lock portion of that Quest airlock. You can see NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway as he continues to monitor the repressurization process of the crew lock portion, which is just beyond that hatch that you can see there in the center of your screen. Inside that crew lock portion are NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno. They recently paused the repressurization at about 5 psi or pounds per square inch to complete some final leak checks, and that pause has since been completed and the repressurization has resumed. Now the crew lock is at about 6 psi or pounds per square inch and continuing to rise. Again, that repressurization will now continue all the way up until it reaches about 14.7 psi to match the pressure of the rest of the space station. Once that repressurization is complete, then that hatch between the crew lock and the equipment lock will be opened, and the crew will then be moved into the equipment lock portion of the Quest airlock, and NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway as well as NASA astronaut Jessica Meir will be assisting NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adeno back into the equipment lock portion, where they will then begin to remove their extravehicular mobility units, or those white spacesuits that they have been wearing for the duration of today's spacewalk.
10 psi, about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
This is Mission Control Houston. Again, you're seeing a live look inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room here in Houston, Texas. The Orbit 2 team of flight controllers remains on console, and they have been the team responsible for executing today's spacewalk, being led by Flight Director Chris Dobbins. Again, that repressurization process of the crew lock portion of the International Space Station's Quest airlock is continuing, and right now they are just over 10 PSI, or pounds per square inch. And you did hear that call down from NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway, who you can see there on your screen again. He is in the equipment lock portion of the airlock, awaiting for that pressure to equalize at about 14.7 PSI to match the rest of space station before that hatchway between the crew and equipment locks can be opened, and NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adano can be brought back into the equipment lock, at which point they will begin the process of removing their spacesuits or the extravehicular mobility units that they've been wearing for the duration of today's spacewalk. Today's spacewalk officially began at 7:27 a.m. Central Time, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time, when their spacesuits were switched to battery power, and it officially concluded at 1:57 p.m. Central Time, 2:57 p.m. Eastern Time, for a total duration of 6.5 hours. During the spacewalk, the crew was able to successfully retrieve and install the spare space-to-ground antenna on the International Space Station's Z1 truss. This work initially began on August 18th, just last week, when NASA astronaut Anil Menon and ESA astronaut Sophie Adano conducted an initial 6-hour and 23-minute spacewalk to remove the failed antenna and secure it on the station's truss structure. During today's spacewalk, in addition to installing the spare space-to-ground antenna, they also relocated that failed antenna back over to external stowage platform number 3, where it will be permanently located.
Airlock Houston on 1.
Airlock.
Jack, we're working on some questions. If Sophie is comfortable staying in the suit for a few minutes while it's pressurized, we have a few questions we were putting together for. If that's not the case, it's no issue. We'll move on without. But the best pause point will be after step 18 in the post-EVA procedure to do that.
We copy you at 18, and we'll let you know if that'll be feasible or not.
Copy, thanks.
All right, just about equalization, getting ready for the Ivy hatch.
This is Mission Control Houston, and you can now see NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway there on your screen, being joined by NASA astronaut Jessica Meir, and that hatch between the crew lock and equipment lock portions of the Quest airlock is now being opened. The pressurization of the crew lock has been equalized to match that of station, approximately 14.7 psi or pounds per square inch.
Houston airlock, we've got steps 2 and 3 done. You guys are go for 4.
Copy, we'll put it in work.
This is Mission Control Houston. There on your screen, you can see that the hatch between the crew lock and the equipment lock portions of the Quest airlock has been opened, and ESA astronaut Sophie Adano has been moved back into the equipment lock portion, and now NASA astronaut Jack Hathaway and Jessica Meir are working to move NASA astronaut Anil Menon back into that equipment lock portion. This is Mission Control Houston. There on your screen, you could see NASA astronaut Jessica Meir removing the SAFER, or the Simplified Aid for EVA Rescue, from NASA astronaut Anil Menon's spacesuit, or extravehicular mobility unit. Those SAFERs were attached prior to the crew moving into the crew lock ahead of today's spacewalk, and they are sort of like a jetpack system that the crew can use should they become untethered from the space station.
Houston airlock, INSEP 18.
All right, we're with you. First, to confirm, it is Sophie's left shoulder joint in the EMU that's having the issue. Is that correct?
Correct, the left shoulder.
Okay, have just a few steps here. Should only take us 5 minutes or less to walk through a couple troubleshooting steps. That'll give us some info. We'd like you to unvelcro and unzip the upper arm TMG, and then we'll check on the orientation of the upper arm axial restraint, and we want you to report that orientation to us.
Mark. We're going to reorient the airlock camera and make sure. Give us a couple more words on the axial ring and what we should be looking for.
And Jack, what we're looking for is on the restraints, if they are angled, horizontal, or vertical, and opening up the right shoulder TMG and doing a comparison will probably help. Airlock Houston on 1. From our initial take, it looks like the power harness may have been wrapped around the restraint. With that now loose, we'd like to see if full motion has been recovered on that shoulder joint.
Yeah, I looked at that when I opened it. It wasn't really wrapped. It was up on top of it, so I was wondering if it was caught on something, but it wasn't caught on anything. It does look like there's a little edge. I'll take some pictures of that. Some of the coating is pulled back, so maybe there was some pressure there. I don't know if that was like that to begin with.
All right, we copy, and we see that as well.
Maybe it was hanging up. When I reached in, that cable was right on top of that left axial restraint or whatever it's called, but it wasn't stuck, but it was kind of retracted within the suit on there.
We copy.
Feels normal now.
All right, Jessica, that's helpful. And with Sophie moving around a bit, is she more comfortable now? Is it back to normal, or do we need to continue with some questioning here?
Feels completely normal now, so I think that cable must have been kind of stuck there. Again, it wasn't like hung up on anything, but maybe it was wedged when it was still zipped up.
All right, that concludes our troubleshooting, and thanks so much for taking those few minutes, and we'll get those pictures and video from you when able. And Airlock Houston, with that, we can pick back up in step 19 of post-EVA.
You were in step 19.
This is Mission Control Houston. You're seeing a live look inside the equipment lock portion of the International Space Station Quest airlock. ESA, or European Space Agency astronaut Sophie Adano on the left-hand side and NASA astronaut Anil Menon on the right-hand side recently completed a 6.5-hour spacewalk, replacing a space-to-ground antenna on the International Space Station's Z1 truss. This work initially began on August 18th when Menon and Adano conducted an initial 6-hour and 23-minute spacewalk to remove the failed antenna and secure it on the station's truss structure. However, at that point, the crew needed a bit more time than expected on August 18th to disconnect electrical cables and loosen bolts, which delayed the installation of the replacement antenna. So today, the spacewalkers were able to go ahead and retrieve the new unit and complete that installation process. The crew also retrieved the failed space-to-ground antenna from its temporary stowage location on the Z1 truss and relocated it and installed it to its permanent location on an external stowage platform 3. Again, a 6.5-hour spacewalk is now complete, marking the 283rd spacewalk in support of station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, the 6th to be conducted out of the International Space Station this year, and the 3rd for Expedition 75. Now that the crew is safely back inside the International Space Station's equipment lock and they have removed their helmets, we will go ahead and conclude our coverage for today. Again, thank you for joining us for U.S. Spacewalk 98. This is Mission Control Houston.